the Germans. Hold on, this one Panzer IV is very low. They broke one. AT gun has been busted. One Crusader goes down. Hey guys, remember to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and hey, go one step further, become a channel member. Any support you guys give is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the video. Hello everyone, I'm Greyshot, covering a 2v2 on Campbell's Convoy. We got a number of combatants here. This is submitted by someone on the CoH3 replays sort of channel. But if you want to submit one directly to me, you can submit to gpreplays@gmail.com, or you can submit it to my Discord. Link is down below. Now, I will say, I usually cover games more from this site because when CoH3 has a hotfix, it removes all replays, so I'm kind of stuck trying to scrounge up replays that have 3 to 4 to cover when I usually cover replays live on Sundays. So if you want to check out them live, again, I'm doing it right now on Sundays, but if you want to make sure that I have plenty of content, again, I recommend submitting it. Let's see, we got ourselves xFoot? xoof? Oh god, someone in the chat's gonna be like, Greyshot, it's gonna be this. I'm like, I don't know! I just don't know! We have Angry Birds, Attitude Adjuster, and Penguinator. Okay, I like these names. xoof? I'll just xoof. Someone's gonna be like, Greyshot, I swear to god. Let's see, Double Scout and Double Rifleman. Dingo, we're Engineer, so pretty standard for the Brits. Double Pioneer and, yeah, Jack of all trades, Grenadier, and MG. Oh, motorcycle and a half-track with a Panzer Pioneer. Okay. Again, 2v2 is a little different from my standard fare of 3v3 and 4v4, but I'm curious to see how this goes, because this is considered a higher tier game. But again, we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Well, MG's already set behind good cover, while Engineers have Minesweepers. So it's like, yeah, it looks like that's the case. They have mines. I love how you put in the ditch, and also a barbed wire to block cover, so the enemy has a harder time, fighting when they're not in the best space. Victory point wise, it is neck and neck with no advantage as of yet. Down south, we got Penguinator trying to push on up and grab some key territory. Meanwhile, Riflemen are just chilling out near a dead Caro tank. Are we gonna see a Caro? Well, probably not, because there's that's not one up for being chosen. So far, breakthrough, so potential Tiger. And Attitude Adjuster going air and sea, which a lot of good airstrikes, good commandos, and also you have cheap caches. So again, can't say I see a lot of caches in 2v2, although I can say I definitely have seen them. So we'll see how things go. Angry Birds opening fire on Attitude Adjuster. Looks like a nice suppression, push back the infantry section. Half track with Assault Grenadiers, though very weak, are still going to gun down that Dingo. Royal Engineers doing the best to hit half track, but the motorcycle team's providing support. Grenadiers managed to capture this territory. Riflemen are trying to come in, but just too late. And the Pioneer with the flamethrower, plus I think the motorcycle team will do enough that the Riflemen will lose the fight. MG as well being smoked, but they are moving on up to help combat these guys. There's the motorcycle team providing a disadvantage to the Riflemen. So it looks as if the Axis will win this fight for the time being, though. Little shout out to the scout unit decapping the Axis territory right outside their base. So little win right there. We have Grenadier and the Pioneer managed to take that territory. Smoke in mortars still dropping, and MG just repositions elsewhere to fight off the scout. Mortar team repositioning as well. Allies again definitely took some hits, especially Attitude Adjuster. But he's deciding, you know what, I know exactly what I must do to counterattack. I'm going to hot drop in some commandos. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have, I think, LMG commandos dropping on in. And they are going to be hopeful in their ability to counterattack the Axis attack. Now, I will say, these commandos, they're fine. I'm not going to say they're incredible, just because of, well, it's easier to show you than to say it. So if I click on Attitude Adjuster, you can see that, yes, they have some great stuff with some nice little abilities. And again, they do get a strafing run, but they don't get like your standard grenade or anything along those lines. And again, it takes up to Vet 1 to get that little airstrike. So they have a lot of damage, very few models. again, if you're okay with having a very strong unit that you need to work up, then they're pretty solid. But if you want something that is better and just comes out of the gate with some awesome upgrades, you may want to look elsewhere. But let's see if he's able to keep it alive. That's the big thing. If he does, especially in this 2v2, you can see some very strong units coming on out. Panzer Grenadiers coming on in to fight off the commandos. Now, these guys actually, I think, got the first strike, so already lost a ton of health. They moved back to cover. Very smart idea. Panzer Grenadiers are fighting medium range and medium cover. Good cover, but I think they just took too much damage already. So, again, commandos, well positioned, can deal a heck of a lot of damage. And let's see if he can build it up. Right now we got recon going out, so they'll be able to see what the enemy has in order. I saw that both Panzerjäger, I'm like, oh, he's gonna go with Panzerjäger command in order to get like an elephant or something, but nope, armored support. So, okay. At least he can salvage, at least what he picked so far. Meanwhile, Allied forces continue to press. The only thing is these are two anti-vehicle units. They're not going to hold their own against riflemen for very long. Assault Grenadiers will. They're good close range, and they're trying to close the gap. Riflemen, though, are just coming in from multiple directions. They should have enough bodies where they might be able to just light them up. Although half-tracks are moving on in. That could be very dangerous for the Allies if he's able to close the gap. Captain on standby as well. SF Commando looks like he got... Not SF Commando. Normal Commando. LMG Commando got pushed back. From what? I'm not sure. Maybe he just came in at a bad angle. But he was driven back. So good job there. Motorcycle team grabbing the victory point along the side. We have more barbed wire being placed. Again, I will say Angry Birds is doing a good job with this. That was a good idea to block enemy access to certain areas. And you could use a vehicle to destroy it, but it does impact the vehicle's speed and will stun them for a time. So it does have a negative effect on vehicles and can still slow the enemy down in different ways. Victory point wise, it is not looking great for the Allies. They're currently down by about 70 points or so, and it looks like the Axis are about to get 2 victory points, which will make that gap even further. Kill wise, actually the Allies are doing a lot better than the Axis, and honestly, Riflemen just got up with bars, so and also they're getting the upgrades. So not only do they have bars, they're being doubled up with bars, making them even more capable at fighting off enemy infantry, which we're talking about 3 bars and also a captain. Versing what? What do the Germans have for frontline forces? 2 assault grenadiers, which again, they need to close that gap for bars to be less combat effective, and 2 grenadiers and a panzer grenadier. So I think if I'm looking at this like who has the better infantry, the Allies. Armor-wise, as you can see, the half-tracks and the 8 rad, the Germans probably have that advantage. We'll see how they fare. Now, there is an AT gun. British do have that, so they at least have something to combat the armor. But half-tracks are already moved pretty deep. They stopped capping that position. AT gun is hitting the 8 rad. We have a airstrike coming on in. So, at the very least... Oh, boy. We know that paratrooper squad upped himself for the Hawker Typhoon strafe. So that's good. And he's healing. Flanking maneuver kills that fighting... wait, was it a fighting position or was that a... Actually, I think that was just a nest that had a MG in it. But either way, it's dead. That position is dead. The Allies, I believe, lost at least 1 unit. MG retreating. Grenade actually hit a little bit of the Panzer Jaeger squad. Riflemen giving chase. They're trying to weaken it down. MG is setting on up, but... And oh, he can't... Well, okay, there is actually cover there. Instead of destroying the cover, he just built cover. Sure. Smoke being dropped. I think that's from a captain nearby. I think. That or a... No, it's the mortar. I think it's the mortar. Wait, what? Did I just... Oh my god. Yeah, just to be very clear, because I'm just going to switch this up. Made a small error. Let me move that back. Okay, half-tracks on standby. Ready to heal on up. Assault Grenadiers taking the territory. Let's see right now. We got ourselves Grenadiers recapping this, but oh my, Grenadiers moving on in. I'm sorry, Riflemen moving on in with bars. They're going to pull back. Panzer Grenadiers are still close by, so they have something to uphold this position, but I think the Americans have the advantage here, and they're outside of any sort of mortar or anything else. So, yeah, the American forces should beat those Panzer Grenadiers. Should. Oh, good hit! Bishop making sure those Panzer Grenadiers get forced out of cover. AT gun hits half-track, forcing that back. Real quick, we have a cache going down. Angry Birds doubling down and decides, you know what, we're in a good enough spot. We can put a cache. A little risky, but if you can hold it, that's 5 extra fuel per turn, and that adds up pretty quick. Again, probably fuel is the most important resource. I would say early to about mid-game. In my opinion, fuel becomes less important at the middle and late game, and it becomes more on munitions with airstrikes, special abilities, stuff like that really coming into play. So, at the very least, we're still in the early game, and if that helps the Axis get out that armor and get that advantage, that's what really matters. A different type of commandos, better for close range, come on in. These LMG boys are moving in against all this infantry. We have a strafe coming on in. There it is. Doesn't hit anything too major, but the Germans had to pull back. AT rifles are on standby, which could hurt that Stug. What hurts the Stug even more is double AT guns, one from each allied player. Last shot bounced, but still brought down to about 50% health. Not sure what the goal is. I think maybe a misclick there. Commandos getting behind cover. They need to hold that back. And this is a situation where you don't have a grenade or something you can really throw. I think he's going to pull back his commandos. Otherwise, he's going to lose them. He may lose them here, which would be a big loss. Nope. Close range. Can't. Nothing long, so he's fine. Luckily, the AT guns held back the half tracks. Grenade forces back the assault grenadier. We actually have men behind the line. Scout units, for some reason, were behind there. Another one grabbed the victory point. Again, I guess the idea would be for the Allies to keep the pressure on the Axis and regain the initiative and victory points. Which they are only about 55 points down right now, which is not too shabby. Some fights going along the right-hand side, but that is being won. Though not without some losses from the riflemen and the captain. Panzer Grenadiers pushing back down the hill. Real quick, let me check. Yeah, I absolutely messed up with that. Captain, yeah, it doesn't have that. I'm thinking of something else with smoke. So if I did say that, that's my bad. Immediately upon saying that, I'm like, no, I fucked up. Panzer Grenadiers, and Strasstruppen moving on in. Okay, some elite infantry. Makes sense if you want to fight off the commandos and overwhelming numbers of Americans. Penguinator does have himself a tank depot. Attitude Adjuster has a bishop, so we know he's at least unlocked some middle tier stuff. What about the Axis? We know the Stug is still there. That's a Stug D. And I guess we have Strasstruppen, so we know the final building's unlocked. But so far, maybe a Panzer IV? He should have enough fuel for it. I'm curious to see what he's going to deploy, in short. Anyway, AT rifles open fire along the hitting the Stug. AT guns keeping the pressure. Commandos on standby in case they get close. Looks like we have some type of airstrike coming on in. Hurts the MG. Not too much, but he's still going to pull it away for heals. We have some random infantry on the side. I love it. Panzer Pioneer making sure the enemy infantry can't come this way. They might come up. They can walk this way. But still, there's mines and stuff blocking the side. So, hey, you know what? Limit as much as you can. Now, a big issue is this push right here. British forces getting close to that cache. The Allies lose... Sorry, the Axis lose that. That's actually a decent loss. Drops smoke on it. Artillery hits the Stug. Almost kills it. AT gun being like, cool, you smoked it. Still going to shoot it. He's going to fire through. MG suppressing the infantry. Again, a lot of XUF's forces is currently pinned over here. It's really going to be up to Angry Birds to relieve the pressure. The commandos getting close, push back the assault grenadiers. Can they push back a second squad? Stug stops them from doing too much damage, but the assault grenadier still pulls back. Cash is destroyed. Is that reinforcements? Yes, it is reinforcements to the commando squad. Which again, now Vet 2, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Assault grenadiers on standby. Again, they're trying to hold the line with the Stug D lobbing shots along range. I think we have a Panzer IV in the south. Allies really don't have too much to answer that with besides their AT guns. Although I will say Penguinator is getting a second AT gun out, so at least you'll all be well prepared. There's only one for Attitude Adjuster, and that is currently, you know, dealing with the Stug D, which by the way bounced. A little bit funny. Infantry is weaker, has to pull back. Panzer IV Mace. See a easy target and go after the infantry section. One kill against that would be a nice win, but alas, he is unable to finish it off. By the way, Penguinator has not picked a battle group yet. He still has all three available to him. See what he picks. But yeah, it's a little interesting. We're 16 minutes in and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. MG decapped the point at the very least. So, although lots of artillery coming down, whether from the Bishop or some mortar fire, I think with airburst. Crusader charges in, wants to fight him head on. Is being up, by the way, with the 6-pounder. So make it even better if he wants to move in against like the Panzer IV. Though, because of the Panzerjäger forces, because of the AT guns, he's going to need other allied support. But luckily, looks like his ally Penguinator has that support down. We have a lot of riflemen. Grenade forces the Grenadier back. Another Grenadier coming on in. But I don't know how long that's going to last against all these guys. AT guns, double by the way, are hitting the Panzer IV. And Crusader goes in, gets in close, and gets that kill. Excellent job, Attitude Adjuster, for, well, smashing the armored backbone for Angry Birds. At least for that armored unit. Don't get me wrong, even though that unit did perish, we still have another, yeah, we still have another Panzer IV in the back, so you can always bring in something else. Alright, Stug and other half-tracks on standby, tractor to reveal enemy targets, for mortar strikes from this thing, or, you know, the Stug D to hit. Either way, good stuff. Smoke, so we can probably get in close with the Assault Grenadiers. Again, Axis are holding on to the victory point and gaining a lead. Right now, we're looking at about an 80-point lead for the Axis. Words, difficult. Smoke, I think, was dropped, allowing the riflemen to maybe hide in it. Artillery is hitting the back lines. We have Crusader and potentially artillery hitting this. Yep. Bishop's opening fire. Crusader gaining close to fight the Stug. AT gun as well, I think, firing in the distance. He's still firing. Panzer IV is slowly reacting, but it's taking time. Now we have a strike coming on in. That's all thanks to the LMG commandos. Gets a decent hit on the infantry, suppressing them, but not fully pinning them. Some German units are falling back. Good grenades hit the assault grenadiers. Although, actually, I think that was maybe friendly fire, so oof. I think that was the other assault grenadier squad's grenades. Infantry section, though, AT rifles have been upped with them, are trying their best to hold the grenadiers back with the scout units. AT guns on standby, but here comes the Panzer IV, so they're probably they're reacting to deal with it. Scout units, captain, you name it, is along the right-hand side to help deal with the Panzer IV. And yeah, scout units pulling back. We have an airstrike or something coming on in here. Oh, never mind. It's the artillery from the tractor that's being called on that. Scout units not capping mid, but the tractor has to reposition after the Bishop decides to focus on it. Axis have decided to focus on munitions, so we have a cash down. Again, they are a little bit more limited on that front. And definitely population, they have a smaller army, but Axis is still fighting tooth and nail for every point they can hold. So I'll give credit. Allies have also put down a cache just over this normal fuel. But not, there is a closer one to their base, but it is closer to the enemy line, even though technically there is that barbed wire there, which would protect it. So, Something a little funny. We also have a forward position here by attitude adjuster, so he doesn't have to go as far. This is just a medical post, and now he's making a reinforce point. Not too bad. Not a terrible idea. That way he can get to the front faster. Front line unit wise, he still has 2 commandos as well as the infantry section. But now he has 2 crusaders as well to get close. Meanwhile, we have a army that is pretty much a support-based army. Sure, you still have the Stug, but you have half-track, Stuka, etc. Crusaders could move in and do a lot of damage if they get close. Sweepers disabling the mine, and I think we might see it here. Crusaders try and destroy the mine. Stug is injured. Looks like he got crippled by something. I don't know if whether his own mine or what. But there's the Crusaders moving on in. Grenades thrown on the commandos, doing decent damage. Down to 4 models. Stuka trying to escape. Airstrike comes in, pins the Panzerjäger squad, but they still got to fire on the Stug. Crusaders just unable to penetrate the Stug. And Panzerjäger squad's unable to finish off the Crusader either. They're trying to get close, but it's just not working. Additional allied forces were unable to break. MG is suppressing the assault grenadiers. AT guns are keeping the Panzer IV from moving elsewhere, though this Panzer IV is moving in to protect the Stug, which, yeah, makes sense. You may want to make sure it can escape. A lot of German infantry pulling back. Crusaders hiding up north. If they go through the barbed wire, it would slow them down a little. Oh, wait, maybe not. Never mind. Panzerjäger's shots opening fire. Crusader pulling away, barely makes it out. This front one is trying to escape as well. Panzer IV does take a couple hits, down about 20% health, but both Crusaders amazingly survives the fight another day. If you would have honestly asked me, I would have probably guessed they would have died. But Attitude Adjuster did a really solid retreat action. He made sure there wasn't a pause or delay. Any pause would have gotten those units killed, but he didn't. So good job there. He got them out. Along the far right side, we have another Panzer IV that seems to be just probing the Allied lines. Again, so far, Penguinator has not deployed any armor. AT guns are also very injured, so they've been focused on by MCM Axis Artillery. What is he doing? Why is he doing this? Greyshot, it seems like Penguinator is throwing. Kind of. He has a lot of manpower, which he could get other units or, you know, help reinforce or etc. Good kill, by the way, on the engineer. Oh, Tractor might be injured here by double grenades. Hold on. Alright, has a bit of health remaining. Cash is going down right as the allies advance. Artillery almost kills the Stug. It's very low. But AT gun gets one last shot, and Attitude Adjuster puts it down. But the reason why Penguinator is currently saving up that much is he wants his Pershing. Fire comes in, by the way, on the Assault Grenadiers, forcing them away. Which, by the way, in case you're like, wow, that was a good British airstrike. That wasn't the British. That was Angry Bird's airstrike against his ally. So, good stuff there. Great stuff. Pioneers are decapping the territory pretty quickly. We have a Bishop point blanking Panzergrenadier squad. Commandos might finish it off. They're lucky. But nope, with 1 or 2 health remaining, the Panzergrenadier squad gets away. Grenade is thrown on the Grenadier. Should easily force that squad back. We have armored skirts coming in, so the Panzer IVs will have a bit more health and armor protection along their sides. We have Exuf bringing out the armored reserves, which, even if he wanted to save up for a Tiger, it would be some time. The American player is reinforced. He still has 1,400 manpower. Again, getting a Sherman or a tank depot and then Sherman. I think he has the tank depot. Yeah, he does. Yeah, getting a Hellcat or something would be beneficial. But let's be very honest. The reason why he's doing this is he's saving up for a Pershing. Pershing is 11 command points. He wants it bad. He's saving up for it. And again, if you got a Hellcat, it's about, what, 70 fuel? So, in about 320, you would easily be fine. And would have a TD that would support your Pershing against Panzer IVs or whatever else the enemy threw at you. Crusader's taking a lot of hits for the Panzer IVs. But, again, there are more Crusaders than Panzer IVs. Pack Gun, though, is providing the long-range support if they do get in close. So Crusaders are like, alright, cool, we'll help deal with the infantry. Oh, wait, are they actually charging? Oh, they're charging with the AT guns! Ah, the Americans have more AT guns now than the Germans. Hold on, this one Panzer IV is very low. They broke one. AT gun has been busted. One Crusader goes down. Panzer IV just needs one shot against it, and there it goes. It goes down. Right now, Crusaders are pushing up the hill. There is a Flak 36 lying in wait that's just set up right now. We have ourselves a slowdown thanks to the Panzerjägers doing their special ability. Crusader gets destroyed. There's a second Crusader destroyed by the Panzerjäger squad. Flak 36 even fire. Assault Grenadiers trying to get some of the infantry and the AT gun all around. And that's a lot that both sides lost. So right now, we have Angry Birds, but still 2 Grenadiers and the Panzer Grenadier, but losing all of his Panzer IVs, though he's not too far from getting another one. Meanwhile, Attitude Adjuster did lose a good chunk of his Crusaders. Actually, he lost all of his Crusaders, what am I saying? But, looks like, except for losing... No, the AT gun still made it. I think infantry-wise, he did relatively fine. He just lost 3 Crusaders. So overall, I would say that's probably closer to an allied victory than an even trade. Pershing is also on the field, which is not helpful for the Axis. Flak 36 is opening fire on the Pershing. That 88 can easily pen for the most part. Unless something crazy happens, yeah, the Flak 36 should win. Assault Grenadiers trying to hold on to the victory point. Axis are actually down right now in the VP war by only about 10 points, but every little bit helps. And the fact it's changing is not a good sign. Population-wise, the Allies have a small lead. Resource-wise, it is pretty much dead even, except the Allies have a little less fuel than the Axis. But again, that will change once this cash goes down. And by God, MG's already there. Commando's coming on up. This cash is going to go down. The Allies will gain the lead. Penguinator, again, we already saw the captain, but now he's going advanced logistics. So manpower-wise, he takes less of a hit. That said, you already were not taking that much of a hit. I mean, oh, sorry. You already had so much manpower. I don't think... I think you were doing just fine. So, again, I feel like getting something else, like a Hellcat or something, would be beneficial for your Pershing, so your Pershing can focus on the infantry. We also have a recovery vehicle over here, trying to bring back a Crusader. Wait, no, it's... No, it's not trying to bring back... Wait, hold on. It's salvaging the Crusader, right? I think it... Yeah, it's salvaging for fuel. I mean, there's tons of wrecks, so it makes sense, especially if you can go after the Panzer IVs. So, not a terrible idea to get some resources back. That way you can get a Tiger or something else, maybe. Pershing is moving on the front, pushing back the Assault Grenadier. Rifleman and Captain are still there, but here comes a big group. And again, you still have the Flak 36 and now this Pack Gun opening fire. Pack Gun did bounce, though. That's fun. Pershing holding the hill. Airstrike comes on in, does kill the Vickers machine gun. But yeah, as you can see, it's an absolute cluster on this over this battlefield. Pershing is firing from afar, getting some good hits. Again, recovery vehicle still salvaging the wrecks for fuel. Allied forces have plenty of AT guns, stuff like that, but now with, what's his name? Xuf bringing in that direct strike, he can potentially target all of these AT guns, especially if the Allies aren't being too careful. Good push with the commandos to gap this point. Again, keep the pressure going against the Allies. Nice grenade on the medical truck, gonna pin it. Panzerjäger squad unable to win against commandos, and oh, it didn't wreck its engine. Okay. I was thinking it would. It did not. All right. And this cache is still alive. Barely, but it's still alive. Looks like victory point is going to switch over to the Allies here in just a moment. So again, they'll keep the pressure against the Axis and make that lead grow even larger. Pershing, already vet 1. We have ourselves a Tiger. So we could see here a battle with the Tiger and the Pershing going at it. The problem I see for the Allies is the Axis big guns with the 88. But the problem I see for the Axis is the infantry. The Allies have a lot of really solid infantry, veteran infantry, that have just been doing a hell of a job smashing a lot of the Axis ones. And I just don't think the Assault Grenadiers have been really like a decisive unit I mean, they've gotten some good veterancy, and good job they're keeping them alive. And wait, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. How many kills does this thing have? This thing has 14 kills. Not bad. Not bad. But I feel like these riflemen have a lot more overall. We'll see who wins, Assault Grenadiers or the riflemen at the end. But here, Tiger's moving up with the 88 defending its flank. Though, again, against infantry, it's kind of open. So, need to worry about that. Down south, looks like we have the munition point switching over to the Allies, which will give them a lead. Pershing repositioning and heading back to mid. A lot of riflemen, all upped with 2 bars. And they're backed by at least 1 Crusader. Looks like Attitude Adjuster is not yet getting... Oh, there we go. We got ourselves a 17-pounder. So they will also have a big gun that can hold back a Tiger or any other armor. Well, really, it's just going to be Tiger. That it can be called in. Angry Bird, again, has his Tiger now rolling on in. So we have 2 Tigers that now have to contend with a lot of infantry and a big allied push in this sector. Airstrike came on in, suppressed the Assault Grenadiers. Nice grenade. If he actually would have stayed there, he might have gotten a kill. But Riflemen do pull back. Tiger's getting healed, but he is crippled right now. Unfortunately, the Allies don't have a... Well, they don't have a direct strike yet. They could... I think... Wait, no. With Attitude Adjuster, he needs to unlock the other side, and that is with the Recon Flares in the RD, right? Let's double check. Yeah, the Assault Flares and then Naval Bombardment. Okay. Which he could unlock. That could help kill a Tiger if you really need it dead. AT guns are moving on up. Tiger is still healing. This one is still crippled. Actually, recovery vehicle trying to heal it, but it already is forcing it to reconsider healing and pull further back. There is a random unit that tried to decap the point. He did, but Pershing may make it pay, which is a Vet 2 unit you lose. Oh boy, yeah, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all, and the Germans are seriously down in men. 7-12 versus 10-12. So they do have a disadvantage there. Population, they have mid-70s, low 80s, so it's closer. But Allies do have the lead overall of what's on the field. Though I would not be happy with the enemy having 2 Tiger tanks on the field and mobile. So, Captain on standby. We still have plenty of good infantry. Hopefully the British player has placed mines or is considering placing mines. That would be the one thing I would worry about, would be a flank from a far side, or, a dive of some type. Just to lure the forces away or hit something while it's retreating, as we've seen in other replays today. An MG coming up. Panzer Grenadiers. Again, with the loss of the Grenadier, again, Germans continue to lose, good... Well, actually, no, they have 3 Assault Grenadiers, so they have a decent amount of frontline forces. Assault Grenadiers getting in the half-track. Unfortunately, Commandos are like, cool, we'll grenade you. Drop smoke, so that way they can wait it out. Maybe for reinforcements, maybe just that way they get close to the Assault Grenadier and win the battle. Oh, they're healing. They got smoked so they can heal and then fight another day. Dodge the grenades. Now they're going to focus on the Assault Grenadiers. Unfortunately, more troops are coming on in, and they probably would have won that battle if it was just a one-on-one, but with the second squad coming on in, yeah, no. Tiger tank opens fire, misses the commandos running down the hill. More commandos retreating. We have an airstrike coming on in. I'm actually a little curious how much it does versus the Tiger. The answer is not surprising, not much. At the very least, that was more of a side hit, if anything. I'm very curious, a dead-on hit, if it would do anything. Speaking of potential hits, 2 Hellcats and a Pershing along the right flank. I don't see any mines along the the Axis side. No tellers, no nothing. So, if the armor comes in and hits the Tiger in the flank, outside of the range, or sorry, the vicinity of these pack guns, it is an easy W for the Allies. The pack guns are here. They're looking down this way. The Hellcat and Pershing is just ready. Tiger did reposition itself, so I don't know if they have sight or they have an idea that the Allies are coming this way, but they are backing up. They either saw it or they are expecting it. Allies, now the advantage is against them. And here comes the allied push. Pack guns are at standby, but here comes smoke blocking the pack guns. But a mine hits. Ooh. Hurts the Pershing. Hellcats will go in for a potential kill. Tiger's still hitting the Pershing. Hellcats open fire. We have a bounce. We have a direct strike coming in right here. They do not dive. And there we go. Direct strike from the Stuka. Comes in, helps kill the other Hellcat with pack fire. And the Tiger will survive to fight another day. Recovery vehicles moving on in. And that's a heck of a battle and a win for Angry Birds. Good job for his combat awareness. Pershing is still there and may kill some of these pack guns. Flak 36 moving on over. One pack gun is knocked out. That removes his veterancy. Pack guns opening fire, try to kill it, but they get recrewed. Pershing being a little ballsy, but luckily its speed allows it. Oh! Fires through the terrain with the 88 gun and kills it. Damn, Penguinator cannot be happy about that. He went from, okay, I can easily get two new Hellcats, to now losing his heavy tank. That should give the advantage to the Axis, in my opinion, for their armor capacity. Though losing the pack guns is not a good thing. The AT guns are getting sight from with the engineer, and also the potentially the scout unit with the other engineer. Axis are down considerably by about 200 points. Double AT fire. Riflemen, sensing an opportunity, are going to run in using sprint to throw an AT grenade. Not able to close the gap. Forces the Tiger back, and the AT guns instead focus on killing the pack guns. So right now, there are no pack guns available to Angry Birds. He doesn't need it right now, given the fact that the Penguinator doesn't have any armor. But it isn't it. But it's not great either. Because again, the one thing is the British player, he still hasn't gotten much armor. That is actually a little surprising to me. He got himself big guns, and I think that's what he's trying to use, is the big guns to hold back the Tiger and everything else. But yeah, it is interesting to see. Nice hit on the retreating unit. Hurts the Panzer Grenadier, but doesn't kill it. So got a model. It got a model, but no final dice. Now it looks like the Axis are counterattacking using artillery. Why? Well, we know the enemy has artillery. Let's see, the British player has artillery, and we know the 17-pounder is a pretty good AT gun. So overall, it can provide good coverage, open fire on that stuff, and drive the enemy away. But with the artillery, that puts these guys in harm's way, so the allies will have to react faster to this stuff. Looks like we have a strike coming on in. That's artillery from the tractor. Looks like he's going to move out the 17-pounder in the nick of time. AT guns opening fire on the tractor. Fires through the smoke of the AT rifles, not enough to kill it. Fire coming in right on the retreat path of the infantry section. That might spell its fate, but nope, he runs through and makes it. AT guns open fire on the Tiger. It's a heck of a fight. They're going to need some additional support. Alas, don't expect the Pershing to come on in. In the meantime, we have a strike coming in to burn the AT guns away, and he does exactly that. Sprint is coming on in to throw a grenade on the Tiger. He's not able to close the gap fast enough. Engineers could recrew the AT guns. The big guns opening fire on the Tiger. Flak 36 is using 88 to kill the Crusader. This Tiger is injured, not dead, and pulls back. Recovery vehicles should help heal it. And again, we're seeing losses for the Allies, but we're not seeing all that much for the Axis. 17-pounders still firing at a decent distance, but the recovery vehicles just healing the Tiger so fast. AT guns pull back. Dev Warfare is targeting them. All the AT guns get recrewed. 17-pounders still firing through. Misses the shot, but the Tiger is down to about a third health. It's definitely taken plenty of heat. MG covering. Tigers using their main guns to force the infantry off the point. Luckily, the riflemen, among other units, are keeping the Grenadiers from decapping this territory. Axis are down VP-wise, don't get me wrong, but they have the initiative on the front Infantry rushing on up to push back the AT guns, among other things. They were not... The med truck was unable to save the 17-pounder. Grenades were thrown on it. If that is gone, then that should allow the Tigers to move on in. Fire is called on in, though. Danger close on the Allies, but right in front of where the Axis could charge. AT guns are moved on in. Actually, they're taking fire damage from their own allied airstrike. Artillery from the tractor coming on in to hurt whoever walks onto that 17-pounder and recruits it. Main gun is neutralized. So there goes 17-pounder. Another AT gun is neutralized. LMG commandos trying their absolute best to hold. Infantry section recruit the 17-pounder. Tiger's hit, but has plenty of health and heals happening. Again, Tiger does not have to worry. It literally is being healed. It is being supported through magic. That's the best way to put it. Recovery vehicle magic. Just heal faster than it's taking damage. If anyone's played Metal War, they're probably pulling their hair out. Like, that's not right. He should die by now. But anyway, infantry are moving in close. Riflemen managed to close the gap. Did not throw any AT grenades. But at least scared away the Tiger. Another unit came on over to decrew this position. They're really trying to keep the pressure on the Allies. Pershing definitely took some hits. Needs heals. But again, it's not going to heal faster than this Tiger or that Tiger, thanks to the recovery vehicle constantly helping. Commandos closing the gap against the Panzerjäger squad. Medical truck, I believe, just went down. Bishop is still on the front, but again, the Allies are down to 14 units. They are hemorrhaging units at this point, compared to 20 units for the Axis. So, we're, okay, never mind, 15. 15 for the Allies. Again, no good armor for Attitude Adjuster. We have ourselves a Hellcat being produced by Penguinator. But again, we need some serious kills. You can't just keep sending in units like crazy. But the Nebelwerfers were a good choice. They're keeping up the artillery pressure and focusing those AT guns. Attitude Adjuster doesn't have a ton of manpower left, so even if he wanted to get armor, it would still take him time without any losses. Keep pressure, and right now, again, thanks to that tractor, not only do the Axis can see them, but they can focus all their arty to make sure that the pressure is still on them. Bishop is opening fire, gets a direct hit on the tractor. That was a solid effort. If a second shot hits it, it would kill it, but nope, Tiger takes the heat. If anything, that might help the Bishop out a bit more with gaining veterancy if the Tiger keeps taking shots. Pershing hits the Tiger, but it's Vet 2 versus Vet 1. Plus you have the 88 gun opening fire. It crippled the engine of the Pershing. Not what you want to see. Hold on, I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Is that because of something that I am forgetting? Oh, target engine. Okay, yeah. Hellcat moving on in against infantry. Bad call, pull back. Tiger's hit. Vet 3, pretty low. AT gun's still trying to hit it, but he's just healing too quick. Front line, it's looking really rough. Panzerjäger squad manages to put down the Bishop. Allies losing pretty much everything, and I think this is going to be GG. I think the Allies just lost too much. As a last attempt, we have fire coming down, but again, there's really not much that would hurt. Like, sure, maybe the Tiger gets a little damage, but honestly, it's fine. Panzerjäger squad trying to kill the cache. Pershing might be able to get a nice kill here. And I do appreciate the Allies trying to keep up the fight, but I just... Oh, wait. Yeah, I just think it's too little too late. The Allies would need to gain the initiative back in terms of actually having good units and armor. But I just don't think that's going to happen because, one, the artillery will focus on any grouped up forces thanks to the tractor. And B, they just don't have the time. Victory point wise, they're being triple capped and they're losing 3 points a tick. And I just don't think they'll have the time. 14 units. Again, a lot of it AT guns that target by Nebelwerfers. like maybe if they called in like a, you know, fire strike or something on like those Nebelwerfers and neutralize them, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they would A, get recon, or B, they would just recrew it. So, but good job on the axes. I do like the Stoogs backing up the Tiger. And again, this recovery vehicle is just managing to heal the Tiger through any major damage. Looks like we do have double Hellcats and a Pershing. Again, if Penguinator's initial assault would have kicked off and he was able to push in against the enemy faster, I think he might have been able to take out more than the other way around where he lost 2 Hellcats. But, oh, nice kills on one of the engineers. Almost gets a second. Again, Penguinator is still a threat with 3 Hellcats now, so he's pumping out every last Hellcat he possibly can. But the Axes are not dumb. They have their 88 gun on the front, tractor revealing enemy target, potentially where the enemy is. I do like the 17 pounder is moved up, but we'll see. All right, big push. Let's go. Hellcats advancing against the Tiger. Tiger goes down. Double Stoogs are lighting him up. He didn't go behind them. There's a Stuka, drops smoke. Second Tiger being targeted. Are they just literally going to kill the Tigers? Pershing going on in. Tiger is destroyed. All right. Allied counterattack did successfully kill the Tigers. Grenades could be thrown against the remaining Stoogs. Nope, AT guns neutralize them. Pershing is still alive, killing the remaining armor. Half-track goes down, tractor goes down. Crusader is still alive, hitting the medical building. Medical truck, sorry. Fire's coming on in, killing a lot of the riflemen. Crusader is down. If I am a recovery vehicle, I'm like, all right, maybe we salvage and or recover whatever we can. Infantry section is trying to deal with that. We are at we're in a situation right now where, unfortunately, even after that climactic battle where the Allies managed to kill so much of the German armor, like all the German armor essentially died except for the recovery vehicle and a half-track. The Germans just pumped out a new Tiger. They still have plenty of infantry, and all they need to do is hold on to the points. It was a solid counterattack. It was one final push, but alas, it was not enough. I will say that was a good push. I will say that was a final climactic push, so great job there. But overall, let's double check kills. By the way, I believe Angry Birds has submitted this to the co-replay website, so thank you, Angry Birds. That was a really good game to cover. Xoof got top damage and top kills. Allied side, Atu Juster got top damage, while Penguinator got top damage. Enemy vehicles killed actually goes to Atu Juster, so good job there. Let's see here. So a lot of that was a AT gun, the British. That got a number of kills. Oh, yep, and the 17 pounder. So that was a good choice. I think this was a lot of recrews, not actual like new units. Yeah, that's a little off. Not much else. Like the initial Crusaders, I thought did a good push, but I thought the British player really lost a lot of his combat potential as the game progressed. So not great there. All right, the dock player, Tiger with 63 kills, 1 vehicle. Pretty good for a Tiger. And the Assault Grenadiers, 41 kills with 3 squads, so not bad. Again, let's compare that to the Riflemen. So 41 with 3. We know the Riflemen died from Nebelwerfer for stuff like that, but it looks like the Tractor actually is also like the second best. Because again, it's like, oh wait, actually, were there that many produced? I didn't realize. I guess the artillery was really focusing on them. I just wasn't realizing how many tractors were deployed. All right, Hellcats and the Pershing. Not that great there. Pershing got okay kills, but again, just added 2. Not as much. Riflemen just dominating. 65 kills. Really good stuff there. AT guns for the Americans, though not as good as the British, but still. Real quick, those commandos. Oh, 18 kills for that one. The support, 34. Okay. So a bit better than the close range one. And then Angry Birds. Panzer Grenadiers, only 1 with 24. That's pretty damn good. 3 vehicle kills for the Pack 40s. His Tiger tank, 33 kills. He did lose it. And yeah, I think the Doc player, I like the Doc Tiger more than the Vermont Tiger, but this Tiger I thought still did good. I think it didn't really kill vehicles. The other one got 1, but the Doc Tiger got nearly twice as many kills. So I unfortunately I will say that was the better Tiger, but still I thought it was a really solid game overall. I have nothing to complain about like I've had with other games. So thank you again, Angry Birds. Again, if you have a replay, submit to my Gmail or Discord. And again, thank you guys for your support. Make sure to like, subscribe on YouTube, follow, subscribe on Twitch. It's been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before y'all go, let me give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Big Cooch, Aphyria, Ace, Pyro Shark, Tonybee 95, Epic Pleb. Thank you all for your incredible support and helping me grow my channel and support my channel and everything I do. Thank you, and to the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.